Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to our new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Oh, it feels so good. What a Monday this is. Lots going on in the world today. I don't know if you, like me, woke up and don't like Pam Bondi anymore. Did we ever like her?
We never liked Pam.
God. She's like the total opposite of what Margot Robbie looks like, right? And as a person, I mean, very similar with the blonde hair and all that, but it's giving just pure mean girl,
evil.
Right. We're gonna talk about her shortly. We got some things we're gonna get into about her, but I've been enjoying life. I hope that you've been enjoying life. Listen, it's a brand new day. The weather is getting much better. I don't know. Are we heading into spring?
It feels that way.
What's first? Fall? No, we're in winter, so it goes into spring.
Now you got some
No, it goes winter, then spring, spring, summer, fall, winter.
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes.
So we're going into spring. Spring is actually one of my most favorite times because it's just where the leaves are leaving, the wind is blowing, it's sunny but not too hot, and then it leads into summer where it's hot. What? I like spring.
It just sounds like you're explaining a romance novel. It's just,
There's an icebox where my heart used to be. I posted on my Instagram the other day that I mean this, I flirt with a lot of people, but I don't want any of y'all. It's just everybody's damaged, everybody's broken. The nightlife scene, you can't find nothing worth keeping in the clubs. I'm just over. I just have lost all faith in relationships. Have you?
I haven't lost faith.
At this point,
I'm
you
hopeful.
Can't still be a lonely, hopeless romantic.
I'm a hopeful romantic, not a hopeless romantic.
I'm a hopeless romantic. Okay, it is hopeless. I just don't. I don't see it, and it's not for the sake of not having options. It's just like if you go to the store and everything is rotten, do you eat it anyway? No, you stop eating. I am relationship fasting. I am on a relationship diet, and right now, this ain't a part of it.
Well, you just got to keep digging until you find that fruit that's ripe.
Where they ripe at? Where?
In the pile at the grocery store.
Listen, I have looked on social media today all day, and I have slid in every DM I saw. I've slid everywhere. I have talked to everybody. I translate in different languages. I have flown around the world. I am convinced that everybody is not looking for real love. Because unadulterated, real, loyal, committed. There's not. It's not out there.
I think because I just think the world that we live in now, romance is dead. The idea of courting someone is dead. Everybody just goes on apps and swipes or goes on social media and DMs people. So you don't really get that courting experience of meeting somebody at a bar or meeting somebody at I don't know.
When you meet somebody on an app like Hinge, for example, I'm on Hinge. When you meet somebody, this is the experience on Hinge. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. Where are you from? California. You? New York. How do you like California? It's great. The weather's amazing. How about New York? I love it. I ain't got time to be doing all that and building the city and leading a company and traveling the world and helping to save kids. I don't have time for these 2-word, 1-sentence responses on an app when we know by the 7th message we unmatched because we ain't got nothing in common. I'm not going to hook up because I'm not just going to do a random hookup.
And you're not sending naked pictures on Grindr.
Never sending a nude. I've never, in my whole life, I don't recall ever sending a nude.
Not even to a person you were in a relationship with?
Are you crazy? Are you insane? Never. Why? So we could break up and then they could be on the shade room with it? No, absolutely not. Recently somebody hit me up and, we were doing this little sexy talk thing or whatever. Again, nobody that I want to date, somebody I'm flirting with, somebody I'm having a fun time with, because I will entertain you. We're having a little sexy conversations back and forth, and they're like, send me some. So I go, send you what? Like a Cash App? Because I know you ain't asking for money. Send you some love. Send you a dap. No, send me some. I said, somewhat. No, I don't. They actually asked my big old 48-year-old ass, the vice mayor of a city and Hollywood Unlocked, and one of the most, and I don't understand controversial people in media to send you a receipt that you could send to Joe Budden and let him have fun with? Are you crazy? No, I said absolutely not. No. And anyway, we stopped talking because they felt like I was being disrespectful and not trusting them to send them my nudes. I'm done. Y'all can all have it. And you know what? I don't want any of you feeling sorry for me and sending me an email or DMing me or telling me how you want to take me on a date to prove them wrong. I'm okay. I get the love from my dogs. Love me. Mm-hmm. Your dog loves you.
Oh yes.
They don't judge us. They don't talk back to us. They don't. All they want to do is just pet them. Just cuddle and pet them. Mm-hmm. Here comes a man. They want to wear your clothes. They want you to take them to eat. They want to steal stuff. They want to borrow this, borrow that. Now they want to borrow your car. They're just going down the street, but then the car got. So I'm done. I don't want it. Just leave me alone. I'm not going to, unnecessarily, you're going to be lonely. No, me, Rob, and Lee, and a couple other people are going to rent a house, and we're literally going to be the Golden Girls. Like, we're going to live there. God. And we could spice it up because we could have sleepovers, slumber parties. You know, we used to have parties in New York.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
It's before I was elected, though.
It's a good old time.
So, but I'm done. I am done. I am watching one of my friends. I'm not going to say his name. You know who you are, TikTok. Leave him alone. You was dating somebody that you know is a paid escort, but you try to turn him into a boyfriend. And never mind. You know what? Let me just stop. Let me stop. I'm done. We're not converting anybody into a housewife. Everybody is who they are. And then if they're not who they are, they're hiding who they are under one little filter, but you just don't want to look. And that minute you look and you thought you saw, you looked away. No, keep looking. But then now you're distracted by the bullshit. I'm done. Am I missing something?
No, I just think you have to look in the right places.
Where?
I think it's gonna be. I don't know.
Where is the right place now?
Clearly, I don't know either because I'm still single too. So.
I don't go to laundromats. I don't want to date anybody who's shopping in this grocery store. I don't want to talk to you about corn. I don't want to look at your apples. I don't want to look at you because once I see your food, I know what your digestive system is giving, and that in itself can cause a problem. So no,
everybody has to eat though. So you might find somebody in the grocery store.
But if you're in there shopping and you got chitlins and hog mogs and all that other shit, okra. I mean, I love okra. Maybe on the side, I don't even care to know what anybody's thinking or eating right now. I'm not bitter. Do I sound bitter? I sound bitter.
No, you just sound exhausted of dating.
I have date exhaustion.
Yes.
I have exhaustion with you guys. And you know what? I'm not gonna go run and date somebody of a different race or go over because we're all the same. Everybody, I think, is the same. Mm-hmm. I think social media has made it too easy to cheat. I think social media allows people to window shop. Mm-hmm. And then when things aren't working, you start making excuses for being a hoe. I don't even have time in my day when I'm thinking about my day right now, my schedule. I don't have time today to fight with you about anything. So just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Don't even, when you see me out in public, don't even talk to me. I saw somebody that I went to Aruba. I took somebody to Aruba on a date years ago. You know the story. Thinking that, I'm going to try to get to know this person. They're a model. They're gorgeous. Just beautiful. Almost as dark as his phone. Outside the box. Different type of situation. And they ordered room service. And when they were done, they said, take this. As if I was the housekeeper. That's when I knew that probably wasn't going to happen. Because on top of that, he was a little musty. And I just felt like if you're not going to take care of your hygiene and you're going to treat me like the help, take this away. I just saw them in another country with somebody else that I thought was attractive. They're friends. So that person automatically got canceled because hoes of a feather flock together. I can't. I don't want it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I had to get that out of my system. So for those of you that are out there, this is where I would say, tell me if you have advice. No, because you're in an unhappy relationship too. No, I don't want it. Just leave me alone. All I want is money. All right. Well, listen, let me just tell you, I saw this video the other day online. By the way, are we able to play this video? Okay. Backgrid sued me years ago. I'm not even going there. Let me just say this. Rihanna was out grocery shopping in the store. What's the store she was at? Bristol Farms. She was at Bristol Farms. In all the years that I lived in LA and still go back and forth for work and drive by Bristol Farms, I have never been in Bristol Farms one time. Have you?
No, but they're opening one down the street. So
I saw that right around the corner from your house.
yeah.
But what Bristol Farms, is that like a bourgeois?
I think it's like supposed to be healthy. I don't know.
Okay. Rihanna was shopping, y'all, looking for fruit and vegetables and whatever. She walked out with an orchid. By the way, it wasn't for me, but that's my favorite flower. I literally have orchids all over my studio here. But let me just tell you what I tell Rihanna, and I know you're watching. What are you doing? What are you doing? You grocery shopping. You taking your kids to the Grove, disrupting all of our normal shopping experiences. By the way, she does her laundry.
I love that.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Stop it. Stop it. We don't want it. We're not accepted. We love it, though.
Yeah, I mean,
this is why we love her, because she is normal. But we're not buying this. We're not buying this, Rihanna. Please stop with the shopping and the groceries and the cooking and the. I just love that she's in mommy mode. She's very domestic. You know, I think she takes a lot of pride in being a mom. Mm-hmm. I get that she wants to live a normal life. You were flying at the Super Bowl while you were pregnant and you didn't even hold on to anything. You're a fearless thug who is a world-renowned icon who glides in the room, let alone is regular. By the way, you looked amazing. With that all black on and the Yves Saint Laurent glasses. I love her so much. But do we want her grocery shopping?
Yes.
Why?
I love that. You know, that little old white lady was just staring. She had a moment. She got to see Rihanna in the grocery store.
That woman's pacemaker could have fell out right there in that moment because her heart would have stopped beating because she ran into Rihanna. Could you imagine me before becoming friends with her running into her at a store?
I mean, it would have been this. You would have got her number.
Became first friends. Of all, it would have been this. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself because, I mean, you know, it's anyway. Please stop. Just stop. Anyway, she was caught shopping. I would show y'all the video, but you've already seen it. It's on Hollywood Unlocked, I think. It's a back grid. Do we take the back grid? Do we take it off of Hollywood Unlocked?
I don't know. But I'll put the notes in here, so it should be safe.
Text Keisha right now. Get that thing. Take that off the internet. Because back grid will sue you. Anyway, shout out to Rihanna. I love her so much. All right, you may have seen me on the Piers Morgan show this past week. There was a clip that went viral, and everybody's talking about it, but I'm going to play that. Take a look.
You know, I'm not going to argue what these people do with their mansions, but a couple of things that you said that people are tired of what celebrities are talking about. Donald Trump is a celebrity, in case we forgot that. He's a celebrity that used his celebrity to become president. And his movement, Make America Great Again, is really about making America racist again. And if you want to talk about stolen land and just ignore what happened to the Native Americans, ignore what happened to black people in our country, to do that would be siding with the oppressors. And I will tell you, like, I'm not one to say that celebrities should matter, but this is the same president that just used Nicki Minaj to come from her home in Calabasas that was on its way to foreclosure or her being evicted, to come to an event to propel whatever message he wanted to get out there in front of the Epstein files. We have a president right now who throws Christianity, who uses every weapon of mass distraction in order to make the American people in the world forget the fact that he was hanging on a jet with Jeffrey Epstein, sitting over there on the island, and all the documents that have been released show that all the pedo sympathizers, even on this show, defending Donald Trump, have a lot that they don't want to be accountable for. So I'm not gonna, be distracted by the narrative that Bad Bunny talking about out ICE is some way more important than the fact that most of us have sat by and watched the genocide in Gaza and have sided with the pedophiles.
Sir, do you own a home?
Okay, well, that's...
I'm sorry, there's somebody else waiting to talk. We can get into questions later because I'm ready for whatever you
No,
want.
actually, it's a good question. It's a good question.
What was the question?
Do you own private property in the United States?
What I own has nothing to do. It's almost as relevant as you sitting in the Grammys singing along to all the artists and using a moment to go get clout for the world to see you. I don't know.
So you don't want to
never seen
answer
you. I
the
know
question?
Tommy.
Classic liberal response.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sure you own a home, and I'm sure you did not check if a Native American had previously owned the land.
Slavery is
and you
over.
are part of the Billie Eilish
slavery is
camp
over,
that will
and
say
you
that
don't
there's no
control
illegals
what
on
I do.
stolen land,
But
you
you know
live in
what?
the stolen
Let's talk about
land.
the fact
collaborator.
that immigrants look like you.
So what'd you think?
You read all of them for filth. And that's how it needs to happen. They were speechless. They couldn't even say anything else because all of their vile racist bigotry wouldn't have worked in the face of them being chopped down by you in that clip. So they had nothing to say. They were just picking their jaws up off the floor, and I loved it.
Listen, for the first year running for office and winning all that, I didn't really go viral a lot and do a lot of these interviews because I want to be taken serious as a vice mayor because I am a council member. I'm duly elected. I really believe in the work. I'm in the work and all those things. And so I didn't really do a lot of these hits because they do go viral and then people forget, oh, he's actually the vice mayor of a city. But now that I'm in my sophomore year and now that we are in the world of where we are with everything, people have to speak up. We have to use our platforms. And so I've told my team, rev up the engine, get me on all the shows, and let's do more. I will say I read all of your comments online, the thousands and thousands of comments where those of you were saying stuff like, and these are compliments, by the way, I hate him, but I like that. I like that. Oh, I never thought I liked him, but I like him now. Oh, I never agree with him, but I agree with this. He's an asshole, but I can rock with it. Thank you for the compliments. But I will say, what it did remind me of is how much of us want platforms to be able to say what I said, and so I have an obligation to say more. So I'm going to be doing more, but that was good, right?
Yeah, it was very good. But you know what it makes me think about? I do think that there's still like a misconception of who you are because of everything that happened in the past with like love and hip hop and all of that. And like in your book, you talk about it, how, you know, because that little moment got twisted, it kind of propelled you to where you are, but people still have this idea of who they think you are as a human being, a person, in the back of their mind.
Yeah.
And then they see moments like that and they're like, wait a minute, this doesn't like connect with what I thought he was.
Because you wasn't looking. I mean, but this is where I would say, like, I don't get caught up in the whole he has to rebrand. No, I'm evolving.
Yeah.
We're all in evolution of whatever experiences we're going through. I've worked through all my trauma. You know, when I think back of like gagging content, and even when even drunk Jason going to the clubs, just all of the management of that had to be driver security and all that. Mm. You know, I am in a different place in my life, but I'm still me. Mm-hmm. I'm just, you know, I'm 48 years old and I'm good. You know, I'm in therapy. I think therapy changed me a lot too. But there will still be the pow, and some of y'all getting ready to get it. It's gonna come. But I do think doing more of that does allow a more well-rounded perspective. We're like, absolutely. Okay, I am an elected official. I do run a media company, and yeah,
it was a moment.
Piers. First of all, that girl in there, I got you at the end when I said, let's talk about immigrants that look like you, because what y'all are doing is using the media to make everybody buy into the idea that the only immigrants we need to get out of our country are black and brown people, when it's a lot of y'all that look like my mama who are hanging over here on a visa just a little too extended. And you know what? I think the weapon of mass distraction that I talked about is all this chaos and wreckage and drama that keeps us all talking about other things than Epstein files. We're going to talk about that today because you guys are siding with the wrong thing. And I think that, you know, obviously when I said what I said, I meant everything I said. And I knew with Piers, his show, you got to get it all off. When it says, Jason Lee, tell me what you think. Boom, you got to get it all at once because they're going to disrupt you, distract you, throw like her asking them whether I own a home or not. Nothing that got anything to do with the things I talked about. I talked about sitting by and watching the genocide. I talked about all those things that we all thinking about but afraid to say. I wasn't afraid to say. I said what I said. And you guys liked it. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that shared it. All right, let's go ahead and just get into the tea with Jason Lee. Baby, Benito, Bad Bunny Benito. First of all, can we start by having a real respectable dialogue over how fucking beautiful he is?
Amazing.
Benito, I take back everything I said about relationships. I am looking for one, and I am available. Si se puede, te amo. I will speak all the bilingual that I need. I will move to Puerto Rico and still pay California taxes just to be closer to you. I'm just so inspired by him. I won't lie. I'm not one of these people that's overly emotional, but I did watch the Bad Bunny Benito Bowl performance and found myself getting emotional. Didn't understand a word he said. None of it. I didn't understand any of it. But you didn't have to understand Spanish to understand the rhythm of love and compassion and humanity, because he did everything in his art to demonstrate what he was saying. Anyway, I thought it was amazing. Before I break it all down, did you watch him? What did you think?
I did. I was on the way to the airport when I was like literally on the train to my terminal. So I was so mad that I didn't get to like sit somewhere and watch it live, but I did stream it on my phone immediately after, and it was a moment.
You haven't gotten to see it since then on a TV or nothing?
Oh, I have.
Okay.
But in real time, I couldn't watch it because I was on a tram.
Baby, Super Bowl, what number was this? 60-10, 65, 60-10. They got Super Bowl XLX here. I don't know Roman numerals. Y'all know I got a GED. Who put this in the teleprompter? Super Bowl LX, 60 what? 25?
Let me look. 60.
This don't look like 60, but anyway, Super Bowl 60 was one for the books, notably due to Bad Bunny's halftime show. Now, he made history becoming the only headliner to perform nearly entirely in Spanish. Now, before the Seattle Seahawks defeated the New England Patriots 29-13, Bad Bunny, born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, brought Puerto Rico into Santa Clara, California. That's in the Bay Area. The Latin superstar also brought out Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin to perform, and had cameos from other stars like Cardi B, Karol G, Pedro Pascal, and Jessica Alba, and many more. Let me show you a photo of Bad Bunny with Lady Gaga. Look, take a look at this. Okay, and let me show you a photo with him and Ricky Martin, or a photo of Ricky Martin, and a photo of Bad Bunny and all his Latino cameos. So these are all the celebrities there that were supporting. Shout out to Dave Grutman, too, who was in there. Well, while paying homage to his native Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny's performance was densely filled with messages about identity, pride, independence, plus symbolism of resistance amid the current political climate in the United States under President Donald Trump. Now, for those of you that didn't know this, because I did see some reports online, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Y'all let people gaslight you into hating Latino people so bad that y'all forgot geography. Mm-hmm. Why? Is it just pure hate?
It's racism
and ignorance.
For sure.
Well, let's recap some of the messages shown, broken down by impact. Take a look. In homage to the island, Bad Bunny opened his highly anticipated Super Bowl performance traveling through field grass, revealing hardworking field workers. Bad Bunny climbed onto an electric pole symbolizing the power outages and the island regularly experiences because of an outdated electrical grid and the island's susceptibility to natural disasters. At one point, we pan over to a living room and see a mother, father, and son watching footage of Bad Bunny's recent Grammys accepting speech, and he gave the kid the Grammy. And then Tonita, the owner of the Caribbean Social Club, a famously Puerto Rican social club in Williamsburg, made a special appearance during the show. Her shop is one of which, and the reason why it's so important is that she's fighting gentrification in her neighborhood. And so she's a legend. I went to her Instagram. She's so cute. She's somebody's grandma. All right, go to the next one. Now, during the show, we also see a child sleeping across two chairs in the middle of a wedding party. Well, why is that a thing? Oh, it's a reference to longstanding shared experience within the Latino community of growing up, going to parties, and falling asleep on the makeshift beds. Okay. The set design throughout the show was rich and glimmering with slices of life plucked straight from the Puerto Rican communities. You know what? I will say, I really did love the color, the vibrance, the vibe. I mean, from beginning to end, it just jumped off the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought it was so beautiful. The first thing that jumped out to me was the use of every shade of people. Like when they were going through the sugarcane fields, there was dark-skinned men with dreads there, and I think that symbolized like the African slaves that were dropped off in Puerto Rico who worked in the sugarcane fields with next to Puerto Ricans.
Rob, when I saw those sugarcane fields, I was hoping and praying. I said, Bad Bunny, please don't turn the corner and let there be no cotton there.
No. Because
Rob, had there been a pile of cotton and some blacks there, I would have had to, because I was in a room full of, you know.
But sugarcane was what the colonizers
I get it, and I got what they were saying. Don't let what happened in Hawaii happen here. I get all the symbolism. It was artistically great. I just thought he's definitely going to turn the corner, and Neo's going to be sitting there with a pile of cotton, singing some kind of song, and then here we are back to the Negro spirituals, and now it's like an all-out war. If he would have hit the corner and Kaepernick was kneeling, it would have been too much, right?
No, it wouldn't have been.
It would have been too much for them.
It would have been way too much.
They would have burnt the internet down.
But I thought this truly did remind me of the same like depth of symbolism that we saw from Kendrick Lamar. Like it was subtle, it was historical. They put like culture in our faces, but it wasn't, like if you don't get it, you didn't get it.
Here's another symbol that was on the show. Take a look. There was also a real wedding that took place during the show. Now, the inclusion of a wedding, which is perhaps the most literal and outward celebration of love, is intentional during a time of intense divisiveness. Now, one thing that is interesting is that my understanding is that this couple asked Bad Bunny to sing at their wedding. Right?
They invited him
to the wedding, and he didn't make it, so he invited their wedding to his show in front of the whole world. And then there was one more thing. Put it back up. Bad Bunny closed out his performance by saying, "God bless America," and then naming every country in North, Southern, Central, and Latin America, emphasizing that America doesn't just mean the United States. Let me give him a round of applause. But that took a lot of balls. I mean, because obviously they made you out to be public enemy number one. The president was going on and on and on about how it was going to be horrible and you're a horrible artist. And I think you standing there and being able to not just show up and sing your songs, but I think he sung like 13 songs in 13 minutes. And he was able to really just incorporate the vibe. And the way you did it, it was literally perfect. Now, before the show, Jake Paul told Americans not to even watch the performance. Take a look at what he said. He said, purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. Racist or not?
Very, extremely racist. I mean, you're sitting in Puerto Rico to avoid taxes, and you're calling a native Puerto Rican a fake American. It's so crazy to me. It's
That's
so
like
backwards.
being a white supremacist but dating a black girl.
It's crazy, insane.
But like I said somewhere once, they like art, but not our policies.
That part.
I never lie. My delivery may be a bit jarring, but I never lie. Donald Trump reacted to Bad Bunny because, of course, the president of the United States, the free world, the most powerful person in the world, had to comment on the Super Bowl. He reacted to Bad Bunny's show and called it one of the worst ever. Look. Enjoy the Super Bowl. America, our country is stronger, bigger, and better than ever before, and the best is yet to come. And then he went on and on to say how terrible it was. What is best about the country right now? And I'm not even being a hater. Am I missing something?
No. This is again them telling us to not believe what we see and to believe what they tell us. Because he's going to continue to say everything is great, everything's beautiful, everything's perfect, everything's getting better, everything's wonderful, while we see everything crumbling and falling apart.
Piers Morgan, who you just saw was on his show, and you saw he lined up the cards against me. Piers Morgan ended up disagreeing with Trump. Look what he said. Couldn't disagree more, Mr. President. I absolutely love Bad Bunny's halftime show. Amazing. Best in Super Bowl history. Theater, choreography, great energy, superbly confident performance, and a very welcome unifying message. Oh, and Spanish is first language for 50 million plus Americans. Let me give Piers a hand clap. Piers, you're just trying to get Bad Bunny on your show. I'm not mad at you, but he told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And Piers tends to side with Trump on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Piers then had Megyn Kelly on his show, and Megyn, you in danger, girl. You lost it. Why did he make your hair clips come out just off of performing? You just could not handle the fact that Lilo Bonito, 10 years ago, who was working in a store, was he serving?
He was bagging groceries.
Bagging groceries, is now bagging every girl and Kardashian that he wants. Listen to what Megyn had to say.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, that people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay,
right,
so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer.
Megan, you're annoying. Your voice is annoying. Speaking Spanish doesn't make you less American or more American. I think that obviously if Puerto Rico is a part of America and everybody there speaks Spanish as their primary language, that means that they're American too. It's this division of the United States that makes us a divided states of America. And Megan, you obviously had to get checked by Piers, and we're so angry at the fact that he was educating you, an American. And what does quintessential American mean? White.
You know what she means.
When I went on Piers and said, y'all want to make America racist again, y'all ate me up and said, again, as in when hasn't it been? And the reality is that I never grew up in Stockton, California, the most diverse city that I know of or have ever been to, thinking about race. I never thought about white people, black people, Mexicans, Asians, Muslims, Sikhs, this Hindu. I had a friend in my apartment building who was Indian. No, back up. He was Hindu. I obviously was black. My mom was white. My friend Carrie Kozad, who's still in Stockton, was a white girl. I had Spanish friends. Like, I just got along with people. I felt like I liked you if you were a good person, and I didn't like you if you were a bad person. Since when did we believe it was okay to start hating people for the language they speak or the color of their skin? What's that? Is this the way it's always been?
Well, I think it's become acceptable to publicly express those views under this current administration.
But this is going to pass.
Yes.
Everything passes if you think about it. That's why, like, when Yolanda Adams was at my award show, the Impact Awards last year, she said, it's going to pass. We're going to get through it. We've been through it before. And she was so calm. And the reality is as daunting as it is of a task to try to just survive the mass hysteria created by this administration and some of these pundits like her, the reality is it's going to pass. And when this pendulum swings, it's going to swing so hard left that the carnage that's going to happen with all of you who are out here doing this madness is going to be wild, and it's going to be delightful to watch. Tennessee Republican Congressman Andy Ogles, who previously proposed to amend the Constitution to allow Trump a third term, along with adding his head to Mount Rushmore, called for a formal congressional inquiry into Bad Bunny's performance. They're going to investigate it. Look, I'm not reading all that. Basically, he said that it was a pure smut, brazenly aired on national television. I think this may have been the one where he talked about him dworking.
Dworking?
It's dick twerking. That's like a new terminology the young people are using online. Well, yeah, they're launching an investigation into him dworking. Meanwhile, Kid Rock, who headlined an alternative halftime show for Turning Point USA, slammed Jay-Z's partnership with the NFL. Take a listen.
So he goes like, well, maybe Jay-Z will do it, which nothing against Jay-Z. I respect him for his hustle and, his music. But it seems like there's a little bit of a DEI hire there going on, to kind of like, black guys love Jay-Z. And of course, I'm not that ignorant. I know a lot of us love Jay-Z, not just black guys. But in the league where he had this problem, it seemed like, we'll bring him in. And so, Jay-Z's not going to take that position of power and that money. So, then they convened in a not-for-profit league until, they quietly got rid of that tax exempt status at some point, so Roger did not have to disclose his salary. So he had all sorts of problems. So he brings in Jay-Z.
Kid Rock, only 6 million people watched you when 135 watched Benito. We ain't trying to hear that you talking about. And don't you have a song where you reference some kind of inappropriate sexual act with a minor?
Mm-hmm. Sure does. And that's why I'm like, it's so crazy to me that they're so eager to just prop someone up against whoever they just want to spew their vitriol towards, that they put up someone who literally talks about molesting kids. Like, it's so crazy to me that, and they don't care. They know it's out there, but they just don't care because they can't backtrack. They can't say we were wrong, so they just let it be.
Rapper Mace also had a controversial take as he rated Bad Bunny's performance. Listen.
First, shout out to the whole Latin community with so much going on with people in the border and what happened in Minnesota. This is some great point that we get to see Spanish people enjoying themselves in America. It is a free country. But when it comes to this particular selection, I think it was selected based upon the city they were going to be in and who they were appealing to. So, but I think it's kind of controversial because when you think of the NFL, though they want fans, I'm not sure, and this is just my take, I'm not sure if that's the fans that they were going for, but I believe the people that were in charge that picked the talent just made this pair. But it pales in comparison to all of the people that have gone before. To me, it looks like the NFL is getting worse each year in their performance. That's for me as a performer. Thinking of a performance, if I had a budget to do a Super Bowl, you could do a greater show. I just think of that. Like you said, I had the privilege of seeing Purple Rain. I had the privilege of seeing Michael Jackson, and I'm just a person for excellence. So I think Chris Brown is way overdue. I don't know how everybody feel about Chris Brown personally, but Chris Brown is way overdue. So when I look at the Super Bowl, I think the person who should be performing is the person that nobody is better than. And I could think of several artists that could have done a better job. But shout out to Bad Bunny and the entire Latin community. I would give this a 4. I would give it a 4 in performance out of 1 to 10.
That's very interesting.
Mace, I'm a fan. Let me first start by saying I'm a fan, Mace. I like you. I like you musically. I love your podcast with Cameron. Y'all got something special there. But don't speak about a stage you can't get on. And that's not being shady. That's being a fact. There is never going to be an invitation sent to you to perform at the Super Bowl, ever. Maybe as like a side performer or on the smaller stage, but on the grand stage by yourself, you just aren't able to do that. And there's not a time left in your career to do that. But here's what I will say. Giving him a 4 out of 10 is crazy because that's just not fair. And the other thing is I just don't think it's fair to throw Chris Brown in there as a comparison because this is why Chris Brown's brand stays where it is. I'm going to get to that next. But I'm a huge fan, Mace. And you know what? There was an era where maybe if Diddy would have got out there with Diddy, Dirty Money, you know, the whole Bad Boy crew, you, Lil Kim, and Faith Evans and all that, y'all could have did something. But, you know, he got locked up. And I don't see them inviting him to perform anytime soon. So I don't know that was fair. But, you know, I love that you have a show where you say your opinion regardless of what people think. And, you know, hats off to you. Again, that's coming from a fan, but fan with an opinion. All right, Benito. Let me give you your flowers. You know, they say if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Benito left the game and flew straight to Argentina back on tour. And he's on tour all the way through July. He getting his money. I ain't mad. Let me see what else is on the list today. Oh, yeah, it's coming. You know what I was going to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I thought you were talking about, oh, no, maybe I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I can say.
Bye, Benito. All right, Breezy Bowl to the Super Bowl. Now, like everyone else on the internet, Chris Brown shared reaction to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show performance. Taken to his Instagram story, he said this, look, I think it's safe to say they need me. Chris, they do. They just don't need you right now. This was not your time right now. This was his time right now. And I'm mad that you even played into that, because I just said, and I'm still standing this, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the man you are becoming through all what you went through, and you deserve everything, including to be on that stage. You deserve to be given all the awards for your accomplishments. You're selling out stadiums in all across the world and arenas. You're an amazing father. You're absolutely not doing drugs anymore because you look healthier than you've ever been. You're fit. You're still fine as hell. You dress well. You have a good, solid team. You're not in the news for chaos. You didn't have to come off as a hater right now. And this is me coming from Jason Lee, who I love you. We've had our issues. I didn't have no issue with you. You didn't like, I think, some of my opinions, and maybe I was an asshole at the time when I was in my stuff. But I've known you since you were a kid. I love you, and I'm saying this out of love. I think that you are needed, and I know that you will bring back that Michael Jackson flair, because I know you're gonna fly, you're gonna flip, the dancing's gonna be unmatched. Your song selection, everything you're gonna do. I see it like you see it, but it wasn't right now. Nobody should have tried to even take a Bad Bunny moment to talk about themselves, while this man just did something for all of us to celebrate. He did something for you to celebrate. I want to see a Bad Bunny Chris Brown collaboration, but you're not gonna get no collaboration with an artist who's iconic and who's at the level you are, or he may be beyond. I don't know, but y'all are up there. There's one Chris Brown, there's one Benito. Why you have to do that on the day he did that for all of us? I just don't think there's anybody around you that's going to literally tell you that, so I'm going to tell you. You came off as a hater. You came off bitter. You have a right to be bitter, though. I understand why you feel the way you do, and I do believe they need you, but you didn't need to do that right there. I think what you could have done is you could have been in an interview, and somebody said, what did you think about Bad Bunny? I think he was phenomenal. What he did as an artist was iconic. There will never be another Bad Bunny performance to mean so much at a time right now. But they need Chris Brown too. And here's what I want to do. And then I would have threw me out there in the conversation, not against the conversation. Am I making sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's no need for us to dim the light of Bad Bunny when he has such an iconic moment to prop someone else up. And I've seen there were way too many artists and celebrities coming out with this Chris Brown conversation, which again, it doesn't help Chris Brown when they're essentially attacking Bad Bunny on his high. Like it was unnecessary.
What you all are doing, and I'm speaking to not Chris now, I'm speaking to everybody who did all that. What you all are doing is reigniting that underbelly of hate that people want to hold on to for Chris, that they need to get over. They need to get over it. But they can't get over it when you give them a reason to try to bring up the drama again. Chris's comments came right after Neo recently called for Chris's redemption, saying that it's been time for him to do the Super Bowl. And Chris's comments have also arrived as Hollywood Unlocked spoke with his former manager of 13 years, Tina Davis. Now, let me say this. I have become, in some weird way in my mind, an advocate for Chris Brown being given redemption, given his moment, he's earned it. He's done he's done whatever y'all thought he should have did for whatever indiscretions he had in the past. He deserves to have his time in the sun now. And while he has all his abilities to perform and all those things, but we talked to Tina Davis, and Tina, who was the president of Empire Distribution and Publishing, spoke with my team at the label's 15th anniversary event during the Super Bowl weekend. And here's what she said to one of my team members. Look.
You've started off managing everyone from Chris Brown. When we hear the name Chris Brown, what he's done, what you've done to help usher his career into what it is, blossoming. We've seen him do the Breezy Bowl, the success of the Breezy Bowl. Do you think it's time for that NFL call to do the Super Bowl?
It's overdue. And I'll tell you, yes, I'm a little biased, but I think once they do it, it'll be one of the best. He is an extremely talented entertainer. And I tell him all the time, like the arena tour, I said, you're only giving 85%. and they don't know that you're only giving 85%. If you give them even 95%, they're going to be in awe. And that 95 was him flying around that stadium. If he gives you 120, you'll never see anybody touch him. He's that incredible. And he doesn't have to stop 3 hours dancing and singing like he does and still looking comfortable. After the show, I'm like, you're not tired?
Right.
Your body's not aching? He's walking around like it was nothing. I'm like, shoot, I'm just watching you, I'm tired. Just watching you. But it was a very proud moment to see him reach his potential or let people see what he can do. Now it's time for some more movies like Takers and This Christmas. My little sister watches This Christmas every single night. So I told him again, just recently at the Grammys, I said, as soon as somebody puts you in a movie, they're going to see that it's going to sell out, and these kids and these women and these men are going to be in that theater, and it's going to be a bestseller. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to happen.
And we can't wait for it.
Manifest that.
Amen.
I mean, she felt it's time, and it is time, but it didn't need to be talked about right then.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And I think, again, like, as I mentioned earlier, I really do believe that Bad Bunny infused a lot of respect for Afro-Latino culture, for Black culture into his show. And so I just don't think it's that we need to be the catalyst of like tearing him down in that way. And I also mentioned this, I think, on the last show. I think Chris Brown just needs to start doing more interviews, speaking on the red carpets, and introducing himself back into the culture in a way that will propel him to being that the person who headlines the Super Bowl.
I promise you this, and this is where you're going to say, oh, Jason, you're being an opportunist. Maybe I am. If I interview Chris Brown for 1 hour, I promise you the whole world, it'll change your perspective on him, because I'll bring out the fun Chris, the joking Chris, the loving father Chris, the Chris who's already been beaten down and held accountable for what he's gone through, but knows he deserves to be helped up so he can continue to soar and be the star that he is destined by God to be. You know, the reality is none of us are going to be able to hold Chris Brown down, because he's a superstar. He's a soon to be icon, if not already an icon. He can go all over the world and make money for the rest of his life. He's going to always be good. But I think what he's looking for, and these are my opinions, I think he's looking for that validation that he still matters, that he's at the top with everybody. He needs somebody, an award, something to validate that. And being able to perform on the big stage would be that validation. He just didn't need it right now. Now, after Chris's controversial comment following Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, he continued trolling the critics. This is what he said. Look, if you can't get around something that's in your way, go through that motherfucker. Ain't gonna lie, I love pissing some of y'all off. You know the thing I realized that I have in common with Chris? I could be doing so good, no drama, name not in nothing, and then, right?
You know how to stir the pot.
I've gotten better though. But my job is to stir the pot.
Yeah.
Your job, Chris, in a world of not wanting to play the game, is to play the game. And the game is, I would have said, I already said what I would have said. Something positive, because he did a great job. And then I would let somebody else ask you what you thought, and if you would have done it, and then you interject that. I don't know. Right message, wrong timing. Chris also shared a post and delete commenting on the success of his Breezy Bowl stadium tour and what's to come this summer. Look, I'm not reading all that, but for those of you listening, he basically talked about it being the highest tour, grossing tour of a solo Black American artist, making almost $234 million from over 1.4 million tickets sold across 33 shows. And his caption at the bottom said, "Wait until you hear about what's happening this summer. Finna make history." What I would have done, Chris, I would have, following Benito's performance, congratulated him, and then posted that and let the comments say, Chris needs to perform, Chris needs to perform, and then responded to the comment. Who's advising you? Hire me as your person. Anyway, love you, Chris. Bye. Johnny, take the goddamn photo down. The fuck? Johnny and they're playing on the clock, trying to get his Valentine's Day shit together. Stay focused on your job, Johnny. I don't blame you, but I ain't got one, so I feel the type of way. Yeah. All right, well, what you mean, huh? You ain't got nobody. Cardi B, oh, she don't got nobody either. And I'm glad. Congratulations, Cardi. I am happy for you. You know, Y'all, I've been seeing some of you trying to drag my girl online. I'm going to get to you in a second. But first, let me just go ahead and talk about this because I've been waiting to talk about this. And I will say as a disclaimer, I've known Stefon, we're not friends. We don't have each other's number. I've never hung out with him like that, but we've known each other through friends. He was friends with Kichi. Yeah, for years. And I always found, and I never really dug into his personal life because I just know him from like what Kichi would say about him. He's a great guy. He's da-da-da. And meeting him a few times, he seems like a really nice person. I mean, maybe met him a couple of times. He seems like a nice person, really has his faculties together and all that. I didn't know he was dropping dick off like that until he got with Cardi. I didn't know he had all these kids and this baby mama, that baby mama, 2 on the way, 3 on the way, twins over here. What? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly, because they're your kids. Well, anyway, despite all that, Cardi got with you and y'all became a relationship, and then you had a baby, the beautiful baby. By the way, I've seen the baby. The baby looks just like him. I mean, hold on, let me show you a picture. I would never share this with the public because this is not for anybody to see.
Oh.
Look just like him.
Yes. So cute.
But it wasn't enough to keep you from doing weird shit, Stefon. Stefon, you did some stuff. I haven't even talked about it on social media because I don't want to go viral for looking like I'm trying to catch clout, but obviously this is a trending topic that we have to talk about, and so here we are. Cardi B left fans speculating about her and Stefon Diggs' relationship status after leaving the Super Bowl early and unfollowing him on Instagram. While Stefon played with his New England Patriots team in this year's Super Bowl, Cardi B danced in Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show. However, after making a cameo in the Bonita Bowl, Buckley's bounced out of there. And way before Stefon and his team lost the Lombardi Trophy to the Seattle Seahawks. Let me show you a photo of fans on Cardi B leaving. Cardi B already left the game. She's done with that man for real. And then it said Cardi B just left the stadium even though Diggs is still playing. Fans also claimed Cardi B unfollowed Stefon on Instagram. Take a look. Cardi and Stefon unfollowed each other on Instagram after he lost the Super Bowl. And then someone else says, I think she actually blocked him. Now, before all of this, Cardi issued a shady message to Stefon a day before the game, which began making sense after the Super Bowl. And let me tell you this. I'm not going to tell you where I was and what I was doing and who I was with. But when I got the text, and I know my girl. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Okay. When I saw this video, I knew that we might have to assemble the Avengers because Cardi B, one thing she will always be is Cardi B. Take a look.
Inspired message for Stefon before the game. One inspired message for him.
Good luck.
How we celebrating? How we celebrating? You win the Super
What you think when you saw that?
Good luck.
Good luck. Even 50 Cent commented on Cardi and Stefon's breakup. Take a look. Can you imagine waking up this morning and you done lost this bitch and the Super Bowl? I would tell everybody, get away from me, have a drink, and go back to sleep. Hold on. Well, let me tell you what I was able to find out. And first, let me do this. The views expressed by me on this show belong to me, and Cardi B has nothing to do with them. Cardi B does not control what comes out of this mouth, and she does not control what goes on in my mind. When Cardi got with Stefon, she knew what she was getting into because she obviously knew he dated all these girls. She knew he had kids. She was aware of all that. And in talking with Cardi, she would share how the relationship, had its ups and downs, but more recently, there was a lot of time spent really connecting and him demonstrating that he really wanted to be in this relationship. But nobody talked about Stefon really until he got with Cardi B. Until she started going to all the games and showing up, flying in to support in the middle of an album rollout, flying in to support you, having a baby, flying out to see you. I don't know how many times you flew to see her, but I saw her trying to make a relationship with a man she fell in love with, who obviously was flawed, and most men are flawed. She tried to make it work. And you not only invited your kid's mom to the show, to the game. You invited the girl who's your best friend, who's also the girl that her ex-husband or her husband was allegedly cheating with. I think that is diabolical. I think it is underhanded. I think it is a level of betrayal, regardless of whether or not you were mad, talking, not talking, together, not together. Even if you say you all broke up a week before, this is somebody that you've been your best friend to for years. You brought her to your game and put her in the box with your family, and you somehow don't understand why Cardi B feels the way that she did. I thought that was tacky and tasteless. And listen, I know that the sting of it all is that you lost a big game and you lost your girl in such a public way. It's just a super L moment. I don't know that I could have forgiven something like that. Like, she's already enduring a lot, and not your fault, because she has to share in that. She got with you knowing you got all these kids and all this and that. But if you were gaslighting her to believe that she was the one you wanted to wife up, partner with, I think you kind of joked about the wedding ring versus the Super Bowl ring. Or so. I can't remember if it was you or someone else. Anyway, I think it was you. She stayed with you through the allegations from the guy who said what he said about you. And you played in her face. I thought it was just bad. And now you lost your girl. And you blocked each other, or you blocked her, or she blocked you, I don't know, but you still have a kid together, so you can't block each other out forever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you be mad at somebody if they had a game and you went and they're somebody that had messed around with your ex was there?
If you invited them, that's a problem.
If you're playing in a game, by the way, that's a funny analogy because you're not an athlete like that. But
well, I was a track star, but go ahead.
You ran them streets, but you wasn't anyway. She's a track star. Okay. All right. So you're playing football or you're an athlete. You have a game, championship game. The whole, let's say city, because you're not global. The whole city's watching, and your current partner brings the person that was having an affair with your ex while you were dating. Is that diabolical?
Yeah, that's diabolical. But I mean, it's also diabolical to have a bunch of people pregnant at the same time. So, I mean, I love Cardi, so I'm always gonna rock Barty gang. But yeah, this bothered me from the beginning. She deserves better.
I'm Team Cardi on this. I'm not going to bash a woman because of a man's indiscretions. Now, Dr. Bryant is somewhere rolling around on the floor saying that she was right, because remember when she was on the Jason Lee show, she had a lot to say. In fact, she talked about this. Take a look.
Offset came in my DMs
to ask for a therapy session. Okay,
and
that's what I was going to say.
I want to give him his props.
And give it up for Offset looking for help.
Yes. I'm going to well, you see how I slid that out there?
Thank you.
I knew I was going to get you. But he slid in my DMs and asked for a session.
Spare my girl. Go ahead. Don't spare. Just speak truth to power.
No, I was just saying I think Cardi B is a beautiful woman, right? And I believe gorgeous. She went into it choosing to have a husband and family, which is what she created.
Yes.
Cardi came in and said, I'm creating a family. I have no kids. I'm with Offset. You're my husband. We're having these babies. Offset came in already a baby daddy. She chose a man who already produced baby mamas, broken families, broken homes. She chose him. That's why we can't really blame him. And then he came and gave her what she chose from the beginning of when she chose the man. A womanizer and a baby daddy. She chose that.
Men are also convincing. Will tell you that they're changing. Oh, I'm changed. I'm going to change for you.
Let me say this. If a man is going to change, is if you do like Cardi and many other women have done, you choose the man to see if he's going to change. And I'm here to tell you, and I don't care what man wants to challenge me on it, baby, please challenge me, that a man is going to be the man that you chose them at the place that you chose them at.
And 50 saying he just gonna take a shot at anybody, no matter who it is at any moment.
Messy.
You're 50. You are so hot messy. What zodiac sign is 50 saying? You have to be a Gemini or a Capricorn because you're evil and messy. What is he?
He's a Cancer.
No, he's not. Not an emotional Cancer. I actually like 50 Cent. 50, you are a hot ass mess. You're my type of person. Damn. I will say this, Cardi. And I'm going to say what I would say to you privately. I haven't said this to you privately because, it hasn't been the time or place, but I'll say it on my show. Here's what I think you need to do. I think you need to do a tour like you're doing. By the way, Cardi B's tour just kicked off. Selling out everywhere. Pretty and petty as fuck. Anyway, I think what you need to do is just focus on your tour, get your bag up. You just launched a hair care line. You have an album that's done phenomenal. Your sophomore album probably exceeded your thoughts because you were stressed out over whether it was going to be as big as the first one or not, but it's done phenomenal numbers. Your rollout was immaculate. I think you should focus on your tour. You have 4 beautiful babies. Get out of your divorce with your ex-husband. Stay off the internet with any man. You can go get here and there, but don't tell nobody. Don't fall in love with nobody else right now. Totally focus on you. And I will say this without getting into her business. I've talked to Cardi a couple times since then, and I've been able to look in my girl's eyes. She's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. That girl has survived way more than a guy. She's going to be fine. And what I know for sure in looking at her is that she's like, oh, she got it. It's like she is not beaten by this. She ain't weeping over this man. But you lost everything, and now they say you couldn't get into a club at an after party after the game. So you lost your girl, you lost the game, and you had to wait in line and couldn't get in the club. If you don't believe me, there's a receipt. Take a look. I don't know. What do you make of it? Can he bounce back?
I mean, she's a superstar. She's a rap icon. She's a mother. She's gorgeous. The woman's winning on every front. And it seems like, she always outshadows the men in her life because she's a global superstar. So
if you take him back, Cardi, don't put me in a position to do it. Don't put me in a position, right? Because we will have to.
I mean, you have to talk about it.
I mean, we love Cardi, but you are not. I forbid you. Do your thing, TikTok. I forbid you from taking this man back. And look, I think Stefon is gorgeous. I think I know he creates beautiful babies because I've seen the baby. I've seen his other kids. He has a successful career. I know Keach used to say great things about him as a man. I don't know what him and his friend had going on and all that weirdness that has been shared about him, allegedly sexually assaulting him and all the things, and his brother allegedly robbing him and all that. Focus on your bag. Focus. You came too far. You are not allowed to get back with him. I am putting my foot down. But I love Cardi. I'm gonna always be there. This is my girl. I'm gonna always be there. I'm always be there for her. I love you, and you're gonna be fine. Anyway, to all of you that are trolling her and what she should or shouldn't do, none of you have a man. And if you do have a man, he's cheating on you too. and look, it's easy to sit back and judge people's lives. I do it for a living, so I get it. I'm not judging you because this is obviously me talking to myself. Have some compassion. The girl is still a woman going through her storm with her man and her baby daddy. And how many of y'all go to the parent teacher conference and there's only one parent in the room because you made a bad decision? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Not the parent-teacher conference.
I was in foster care, so my parent-teacher conference had a youth counselor. So you already know how I ended up. We're not going to do that. We're not going to act like we're better than her situation. So anyway, I'm done. Bye-bye. All right, here's this next story right here. Mike Epps is apologizing to Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump. Mike, why? Why, Mike? Anyway, okay, so listen. Comedian and actor Mike Epps is apologizing after joking about President Donald Trump running a train on Nicki Minaj. She do got that big old caboose.
Not a caboose.
I just wanted to say the word caboose.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Every time we talk about Nicki, here go the fans. He always got her name in his mouth. And I used to love Nicki Minaj. Nicki, why did you literally ruined everything for me. I can't even defend you at this point. Like, even if I try, I'd be trying to ignore you. I mean, not even talking about you, but I'm gonna blame this one on Mike Epps. Okay, during the Louisville, Kentucky stop of his We Them Ones tour, Mike slammed Nicki amid her growing alliance with President Trump and his administration. Mike even trolled Nicki for flaunting a gold card visa, suggesting it gave her unlimited residency rights in the United States. However, it ultimately meant nothing, as the Trump administration said it was just a memento. A fan in the audience then said, "You got Nicki fucked up." But Mike couldn't care less, and this is what he said.
Nicki Minaj out there getting a motherfucking train ran on her by Donald Trump now. They got her in there getting head and everything. She done fucked around, jumped on Donald Trump's side trying to get a free card, and the card wasn't even real. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. Get on back over there. Shut up, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm just up here telling jokes. I don't really know what I'm talking about either, ho. I'm up here trying to get through this hour, bitch. I don't care nothing about none of that.
Mike, okay, as much as we could be mad at Nicki, he crossed the line.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
You can't say somebody's getting a trainer on them and giving head and all this. And that's a married woman. It's a mother.
And she goes online and says, cocksucker this, cocksucker that, do. Who cares?
Oh, I take it back. You're right. Mike Epps eventually apologized to Nicki Minaj for his raunchy jokes. Look.
What's up, y'all? It's your man, Mike Epps. Y'all know I'm Mr. Accountability. You know, I say stuff and do stuff, and then I go to bed, wake up the next morning, and, you know, being prayed on and thought about it. Just want to apologize to you, Nicki Minaj, for saying the stuff that I said. Want to apologize to your husband, your kids, all of that, for saying what I said. You know, I'm a comedian. Sometimes I get on that stage, you know, I have a little drink, and I go wild. You know what I mean? I'm non-filtered, so just want to apologize to you. Not explaining myself, but I am Mr. Accountability. I love apologizing. Something a lot of people don't know how to do. Apologize to you, Nicki.
First, I'm going to dissect this experience. I'm going to dissect it. First, as a black man taking responsibility and apologizing to any woman he believed he offended as a third-party offense to his comments to Nicki, I applaud him. I applaud the black man. You're not going to applaud him?
No.
For taking responsibility for what he believed he did wrong.
I don't think he needed to. So I don't know.
But that's because you hate her. But anyway, so I'm giving him a round of applause for that. Now, that said, I know sometimes there's lots of street politics involved with when things happen, and this person calls this person, and so I'm not saying that happened. And I know I know Mike is, he's street adjacent, if not in the streets or connected to the streets, from what I've heard, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So I'm sure there was lots of conversations that could have happened, and so he felt it was appropriate to do that, because if somebody violated his wife like that, I'm sure there would be some conversations in the streets too. By the way, all the streets don't call me because I do testify. But I understand why people don't think he should apologize. I understand why you don't think he should have apologized, because she hasn't apologized for anything that she's done. Right?
Has her husband apologized for threatening to beat up Cardi B at a award show? Like they don't apologize. They go out and do all kind of crazy stuff and don't ever apologize. So I don't understand why anybody owes them an apology. But I do think somebody probably called him and was like, now this person got beef. This beef is starting. That's what it sounds like happened. He's a comedian. Comedians tell jokes.
So what do you think about Nicki Minaj?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it was said by Billy Porter already.
Oh, in case you forgot, take a look.
I don't know.
Well, elsewhere, Donald Trump is refusing to apologize after posting a video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as monkeys. Racist imagery has a long, ugly history. Posting a video portraying Barack and Michelle Obama as apes is a deliberate act of dehumanization, and it tells us exactly who Donald Trump is. Trump ended up deleting the video after massive backlash, and his team said a White House staffer erroneously made the post, and it has been taken down. Now, before the removal, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt attempted to downplay the situation, claiming the images were from an internet meme video depicting Trump as king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Take a look. And that may be it, but why couldn't Barack be the zebra or the hippo and the flamingo? Caroline insisted in this moment that we should please stop all the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public, like the Epstein files, like Alex Preddy, like Renee Good, like every other attack on our Constitution, like destroying the East Wing or West Wing or whatever wing it was at the White House. Like changing all the plaques in the hallway of the presidents, talking shit about all the presidents before you. Like your attempts to take away all the voting polls and mail at home votes so that way you could try to control a third term that you know you're not going to get. After being the boss to Pam Bondi, and I wish I could push this 1,000 times. And she told the reporters that he's not sorry about anything that he did. Listen to what Donald Trump said about this racist video. Look.
Mr. President. Social media post that you took down earlier today, the White House says that a staffer sent it. Who sent it, and are you going to fire them?
I looked at it. I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud. And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it. You know, but that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it. Nobody can tell me about that. That somebody posts, a staffer, posts, and I knew it was all about. If you take a look at that and see the whole thing, it was a small section at the very end, but that was about fraudulent elections, which we have a lot of them. We're going to get it stopped, and I liked the beginning. I saw it and just passed it on. And I guess probably nobody reviewed the end of it because what I saw at the beginning was really, really strong. It was about fraudulent elections. And anytime I see that stuff and when it's credible, you put it up. But somebody slipped and missed a very small part. Now, by the way, again, a takeoff on, I guess, I didn't do it, by the way. This was done by somebody else. This was a retruth. That was not done by us. But that was a very strong truth. It was a very strong statement made about the fraudulent elections in a certain part of our country, which are really bad.
At this point, do you think it even matters to anybody that he's not taking responsibility? Because I feel like Americans are, right and left, are starting to get more and more enraged at the fact that he takes no responsibility, not just for this thing, but just the Epstein files. I think that has stuck, right? And people are feeling some type of way.
Yeah, and I think there are Republicans who are traditional Republicans who don't rock with this kind of craziness, and it's starting to have them pull away from his base a little bit more. I think the racists who make up a good portion of his base, the racists who are there, who are living in it and loving it, they're applauding it. So of course they don't care. But I think again, those traditional Republicans are like, this isn't what we represent, this isn't how we think, and this is not okay for America. So we saw a lot of them come out after this and speak out against it. We don't care about the ones like Tim Scott who want to speak out against it because he's always going to run over there and lick the boots. So he can stay over there and keep licking the boots. But the rest of them who are coming out and really saying this is not who we are, I appreciate them speaking up.
I mean, I will say I do agree on the boot licking by Tim Scott, but I am actually grateful that he said something because I think everybody needs to denounce it. Even I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene coming out saying that MAGA is a scam or whatever. She said some crazy stuff. Was not really crazy. She told the truth. Yeah. Days later, the vice president, J.D. Vance, continued to downplay the whole situation. Listen.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where either because the time zone changed or because we were so busy, the controversy had started and then died out by the time I even paid attention to it. The president said a staffer posted a video. He hadn't even watched the whole thing. When he watched the whole thing, he took it down. It's not a real controversy. We have much, much more real problems to focus on.
Should he apologize for that, sir?
Should he apologize for posting a video and then taking it down? No, I don't think so. I think people post things on social media, and if you post something you don't like it, you can just take it down. And that's
I think it's a slippery slope because you guys have posted a lot of things that are wrong. And I don't see a lot of things posted about you all that are too far off. And maybe that's because I'm seeing it through the lens of every other human being that I talk to. Like everybody who has black friends and wants to prove that they're not racist, Donald Trump shared this video. Look, and these are all his black friends. Jesse Jackson, Diddy. He posted Oprah Winfrey. He posted Will Smith. All moments Al Sharpton that he had with the different blacks. And he said, how quickly people forget. So sad. President Donald J. Trump. There's Omarosa, who he put out the White House. Anyway, it goes on and on and on and on. There's so many black people here who thought he was, oh, hey, Claudia. Anyway, you can see. What's more insulting? The fact that you did what you did, or then you said, look at all the blacks I actually like?
I think it's this collectively insulting. He acts like we don't have a brain, like we don't remember everything he's done in the past. We don't remember him not renting to black people. We don't remember him calling for the death penalty for the Central Park Five. Like we remember all of this. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. So it's frustrating. The totality of it is frustrating and annoying.
Well, I also want to address Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now, she had a whole testimony before the Oversight Committee, and she had this fiery Epstein testimony that has gone viral. She's been defending President Donald Trump and clashing with lawmakers like Congressman Ted Lieu, who called her out for lying under oath multiple times. Now, Pam claims that there's no evidence that Trump committed any crimes with Jeffrey Epstein, despite the time, I guess, 38,000 mentions of his name in the files, over 5,000 files. Take a look.
I love this. I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
Please stop the clock. The legislation.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein files.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and the officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
He made legitimate points, and he was on fire. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett also slammed Pam for doing a horrible job, for coming for Dom Lemon, having him locked up, and much more. Look.
But nevertheless, let me address the survivors, because that's exactly who they are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ, as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country, because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massie, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going. My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on. And frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they see coming from this administration. In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to return the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ, because you don't seem to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number two, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, this is a good one. Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit. But there are numerous others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens, or how the DOJ seized voter data from Fulton County in an attempt to steal the 2026 midterm elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation, or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history. An attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Jasmine can do no wrong. Texas, by the way, vote for Jasmine Crockett. Okay, and Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal also put Pam in the hot seat against Epstein survivors after back and forth. Pramila blasted the DOJ for initially lying about an Epstein list. Look.
To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi,
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has.
Pam Bondi's going to go to jail, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You think they'll indict her for obstruction of justice and among other things?
I think so. She's going to be the person who has to take the fault for this. I don't think Trump's going to be the one who gets any kind of punishment for it. It's going to be her.
But where'd she come from?
I think she was an attorney in Florida, and I don't know what her specific role was before this, but
it's one thing to be obstructing justice, but she's so nasty and disrespectful. And she's disrespectful to a group of people who, once they take office, once they take control, she's fucked.
Yep.
Right?
I think once there's a thorough investigation into this, if you hear or read some of the disgusting things that these victims went through in the files
what are some
that
of the
have been
things
released,
you read?
Well, I will say I didn't personally read it. I've watched a lot of people reading the documents, so I haven't gone through and read them myself, but I have watched people reading them in real time. And the conversations about, like she just talked about the limo driver who was never interviewed, who talked about hearing Trump on the phone with Epstein, literally talking about what they did to the girls. And then he met one of the girls, and then she gets shot in the head later. And she said that she was worried about speaking up because she would be killed. The girls who spoke about being slapped across the face, the girl who was performing oral sex on him and she bit down and he smacked her across the face. The girl who asked him not to ejaculate in her, and then he ended up throwing money at her and called her. Like all of the security guards telling the girls that if they spoke up, they'll be buried with the rest of the C words under the golf course. Like all these disgusting things are in those files. All this conversation about beef jerky and them eating beef jerky and the cottage cheese and all these references to cannibalism. It's disgusting. It's horrifying. The pictures of the little girls that have come out now, thank God they at least redacted their faces. The little girl standing on the step with her panties pulled down, and she looks like she's maybe 8 or 9 years old. Like, it is horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. And anybody who can say we don't have enough proof or we don't have enough evidence, there is photo evidence of these little girls being abused. It is awful, and no one is doing anything. And people are still rallying behind and saying, I don't believe it, I don't believe it. It's horrifying.
Well, this is why people lose trust in the government, too. I mean, obviously, there's so much evidence here that there should be indictments and all types of other things. Well, this was such a bad picture of Nicki Minaj. Anyway, I hope that people end up getting the closure that they need. And to all the survivors out there, not just for the Epstein list, but for every other survivor, man, keep telling your stories, keep pursuing happiness and pursuing peace. And, it's just a sad story. Pam Bondi, you in trouble, girl. That's the only thing I think of. 50 Cent is back in the news. I don't know if you saw there was a flight. I don't know if it was Soul Plane or whatever, but Ja Rule, Tony Yayo, and Uncle Murda, y'all are all getting banned from the airlines. Ja Rule and 50 Cent are clearly taking their decades-long beef to the grave and beyond. The two New York rappers have since been feuding since 1999, and it's been long reported that Ja was robbed at gunpoint for his chain during a video shoot in Queens, 50's hometown. Now, Ja then reportedly saw 50 hanging with the man at a club, and the beef has been up ever since and been escalating for years between Ja and Murda Inc. crew and 50 Cent and his G-Unit crew. Well, after years of diss tracks and online subliminals, the trolling now continues after Ja Rule got into it with G-Unit's Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda on a Delta flight. First, before I play this video, let me just say this. Y'all are too old for all of this. Play the video.
Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Trying to punch suck ass up, you fucking sucker.
Niggas made Ja Rule.
Ja Rule,
Show your face, able to carry on item.
This is his
Sure, armrests are in the resting position.
Ja Rule seat.
It's the pillow Ja Rule threw out so fast.
This way he was sitting before we got him out of here.
Uncle Murda posted the video and said he took Ja's seat after he fled the flight. Meanwhile, 50 Cent reposted the video and said this. He was by himself, so he had to make a scene. So they could remove his scary ass. LOL. Yayo said, "Suck my blank," and the gay stewardess said, "It's going down." LOL. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
I just saw Ja Rule at Jennifer Lopez's party, and I've always had a good interaction with Ja, and I have a good interaction with 50. Maybe because I'm not in this long-standing beef that, like, I don't have any issues with these people. I don't know Tony Yayo like that. I don't know Uncle Murda, but obviously you guys are all beefing over things that happened for decades. When do you stop? Like, when does it stop? Like Ja's 2003 50 Cent diss track Clapback, he clapped back on X. Take a look. Via TMZ, hi Ja, Jamie, here from TMZ, reaching out for a comment regarding a Delta flight you were on Sunday morning. Witness tell us from SFO to JFK, where Ja Rule got into an argument with Tony Yayo on the flight. Ja was the aggressor and yelled profanity, saying that he wanted to fight, then throwing a pillow at Tony Yayo. Crew stepped in and pulled both guys off the plane for a bit. Yayo yelled back that planes are federal offenses, territory, and he did nothing wrong. Ja Rule said, "I popped on these punks by myself on a plane, laughing my ass off, pussy ass. I threw the pillow at Yayo head because you soft. Knocked your hat all off. Shit was hilarious." The following day, TMZ dropped another view of the altercation, showing that Ja was ready to fight and didn't cower like 50 Yayo and Murda suggested. Take a look.
Let's shake. Let's shake. Let's shake.
Let's shake means let's fight. Yayo and Murda claimed that Ja only made a scene to ensure the police were called. Look.
It wasn't a physical thing because he was thinking about what would happen to him. Like, we sitting behind him, so we had an element of surprise. If you get on a plane by yourself and your worst enemy is behind you, you ain't seen me in 15 years, maybe 10 years, I don't know, 20 years. I haven't seen that man in decades. And you see your worst enemy behind you, and not only you don't know who else is on the plane. So what's the nervous factor? The guy is 4'1". Like, I mean,
by himself.
I'm 6 foot.
Who's scared of Ja Rule? Like, really, who's scared of Ja Rule? Come on, man. I was gonna hit the little guy. Yayo says, "Don't mess up the flight."
I said, "Don't mess up your flight because this is gonna get fed." And once the stewardess said, "Stop, shut up," I'm smart enough to know don't argue with the stewardess. So me and Ja, fast forward, we go to the front of the plane. He's on one side, I'm on the other side. They're like, "Yo, is everything good?" I said, "I'm good. I'm ready to fly." This is the funny part. He's talking all this. I threw a pillow because he's soft. He's on one side, I'm on one side. They said, "Are you good?" Right? Because Murda did some Brooklyn bull where he disappeared into the crowd and he started the whole So now stewardess and everybody's on me. So I'm like, damn, he started shit, but I gotta finish it. We go to the front. I'm thinking I might get kicked off this flight or get 86 because I love Delta. So we go back to the seats, fast forward.
He was not trying to stay on that plane. Go ahead.
He sits down. Now his pillow is in my section. So I'm like, "Yo, you want your pillow back, bitch ass, you know?" And he like, "Nah." I threw his pillow in the section where he was at.
Okay, I just had to look while I was listening to that. Tony Yayo follows me. Uncle Murda does not. So I'm assuming you guys will see this. Tony, why? Thank you for the explanation, but there was just way too much going on. Okay, everybody. So the summary is 3 grown men got on a grown-ass flight, got into a grown-ass fight. They all apologized like some grown men, and now we're done. Is there anybody that you would see after 15 years and want to attack immediately, saw them in first class on the flight?
No, absolutely not. I mean,
I saw Karen Civil last week and I said, "Excuse me." I mean, I don't live in the madness.
Yeah, we just at a big age where I'm not. attacking people on flights, attacking people on the street. I'm not doing it. I don't have the energy.
Tony Yayo, send me a message. Explain to me why you let this happen. If this was a court, I would need you. Please stop. Goodbye. Do better, y'all. I love y'all. I love all y'all. And please, if you see me on a flight, and you pull out your phone to make a scene like that, I'm going to start saying some obscene things that are going to hit straight to the gay community. That when it comes to rappers, I just go straight. Anyway, go to Thoughts and Prayers. Can we start having lighthearted topics?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everything is doom and gloom. Present. Like, I feel like I need a bath when I leave this show.
Absolutely. It's exhausting. It's an energy suck. It's like, ugh.
It really is. Bad Bunny once said, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And we couldn't agree more. Before and after his Super Bowl halftime show, Benito faced nothing but hate and criticism, but when all was said and done, he proved that love truly does conquer all, especially under an administration that wants to conquer all the love that he was getting. Just as Kendrick Lamar made a statement during last year's Super Bowl, Bad Bunny's historic and symbolic performance encouraged unity and remaining united as the United States of America. And if you don't like it, Bad Bunny also said, "Seguimos aquí." We're still here, which is something Chris Brown's been saying to the NFL the whole time. Along with his former manager vouching for him, Neo and artists have said the Super Bowl call is overdue. But will we ever see the day? And will we ever see the day that Ja Rule and 50 Cent squashed this beef? It's been 27 years. But according to Tony Yayo, New Yorkers don't ever consider beef dead. It just gets old, which makes sense because Cardi B once said, if a bitch beef with me, we gonna beef forever. And speaking of Big Barty, she's got the internet riled up with rumors that she split with Stefon. Is our girl ready to move on? Because I know we're ready for Trump to move on. He really tried to play in our faces with that video of the Obamas and apes, but we're really holding him accountable, which is something that Mike Epps did by holding himself accountable after his raunchy bit about Trump and Nikki. Although the joke was crass, there's some truth to it with Onika kissing Trump's ass. Anyways, let's not forget that midterms are around the corner. Let's all stay focused and get the job done. That's all I have to say, y'all. Y'all just go with God. And remember what I said at the top of the show. I don't want to date none of y'all. Leave me alone. Oh, by the way, Jason Lee Unlocked vlog is out, and I just posted the whole Toys for Joy recap. You know what? Only because I love y'all and I need y'all to go subscribe. Subscribe right here to that YouTube channel to watch them because I'm rolling them out every week. I'm in episode 8 right now. Take a look at this entire episode of Jason Lee Unlocked. Goodbye. What up, Stockton, District 6? This is your councilman, a.k.a. Vice Mayor, a.k.a. Jason Lee. But more importantly, it is your neighbor saying, welcome to the 3rd annual Toys for Joy. You are now going to come in to a very special event, but it's only special because you showed up. Come on.
What's up, what's up? Hey. What y'all want these? T-shirts?
Right here. Those are Amelia's toys. That's the extra toy. Yeah, so that's 25 extra pallets.
No.
Is that a lot?
Yes.
You looked in there?
I broke the seal on it, so yeah.
He didn't break the seal.
Broke the seal, yeah.
You broke the seal?
Come here, man. Come and do this.
Right now, just even with what we got, so this is all the extra toys. That's the, yeah, no, these are the original order. Those are the extra. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom. You don't need to film me in there.
You sure? Yo, we got the GoPro set up for the time lapse for this whole entire Toys for Joy. Get with it.
We need all, the lights are not all on, right? Or is just that light's not on, that light's not on, that light's not on. So they can turn on all the lights. We need this, where's the speaker at?
Nice shirt.
See, so you getting messy now.
The toys are too big, and there's 21. These we have 12 pallets we paid for, and then somebody donated 21. So we have 33 pallets. It's the original order that we got last year.
That's what I'm saying. And plus those,
That's almost double. We ordered a truck, which is 12 pallets, so you sent 21, so now 33 pallets. I don't even know how many toys that's gonna be. He said, figure it the fuck out. I gotta call ASAP Rocky, because ASAP Rocky might be doing this in New York. this weekend. We're gonna have way too many toys, right? So I think the first thing we do before we wait, Julie, before you can take those, but let's not bring any more toys. Let's organize this first. I feel like I'm at the factory.
I know.
I used to work for this company that did tile. That was the worst job. It was my back. Oh, it's hard.
Tile is hard work.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
And we were on this conveyor belt where we had to do this all day. My back. I worked 3 days and quit. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not made for this. And then my coworkers would get mad because when you're on a conveyor line, if you're not doing it right, it throws off the whole operation. They was cussing me out in Spanish, and I was cussing them back out in English. When the mayor says anything with the word Hollywood in it makes her feel bad, Hollywood paid for this.
What are you putting in that?
Just want to put that out there.
We're gonna have to leave these in the bin and let them just dig in there.
No, we can't. That's ghetto.
What else we gonna do?
We're blaming Tyler Perry for this. Tyler, nobody told you and Medea and everybody else in your mind to do all this, but we appreciate you.
So actually, Jason's tired, and he's not gonna come to get the toys at Toys are at 5 and Below like he usually does. So he's gonna stay put and get that gym together while we get the girl toys. I think this is good though.
We got so many. We usually have 12 pallets. We got 33 this year.
Merry Christmas!
This is your third one, John. You gotta put more muscle in it. You put it all in there.
This man, bro. It's a basketball.
Put it in there, bro.
It's ours.
Let's see if this lets us.
How can we?
Well, basically what I'll do is I'll walk out, or I'll have AP come out with us. We'll walk out with you and help you get this loaded up.
I'm a workaholic. All right, listen, Tyler, I just wanted to show you, this is Toys for Joy. These are all the different stations. I'm too tired to tell you what the toys are, but you helped pay for it all, so I'm gonna show you. Thank you, we appreciate you. They'll come here, they'll come there, they'll come everywhere. There's all these toys. More toys over here. Guess what? If you turn this way, turn. More toys. It just keeps going and going and going. Why? Because we were extra, and we were extra this year because you helped us, and we appreciate you. So we're just gonna say, thank you, Tyler! Give yourselves a round of applause. That was like a dead clap. I don't know what that was. Y'all better get some energy. Give yourself a round of applause. Community is not just what happens at City Hall. City Hall, policy, budget, you know, how the city's managed, but community is what we're doing, how we build together. And so I know online a lot of people were asking if this was just for District 6. It started as a District 6 thing. Now it's just a Stockton thing that's put on by District 6. So everybody's welcome. We're not turning anybody away. And we're expecting thousands of people today. So again, thank you to all of you who showed up to volunteer. We appreciate you. Next person I want to introduce really quick. I don't consider her a politician, although she's far more successful in politics than me. She is a new friend. We built a friendship based on her love and advocacy for children and the protection and longevity of life of children. So I want to welcome our California State Treasurer, Fiona Ma, who's right here. Her team and myself and the Stockton Unified School District Superintendent, we all had a meeting last week where we're setting this all up so that way it's the HOPE program and another program to making sure that our kids get access to up to $3,000 that they can use for a car, rent, being able to move into a place. I mean, the transition they need to be able to continue to live a successful, fruitful life. So that's a program that she's leading, a program that we're supporting. I can't wait to roll that out.
Every 1st through 12th grader on free and reduced lunch is eligible for free $500. If you're homeless, another $500, and if you're a foster youth, another $500. And then next year, any child who lost a parent due to COVID or longtime foster youth will be eligible for $3,000 in your child savings accounts. So please take advantage of it. Toys for Joy!
Where's your outfit at?
The t-shirt?
Go get let me dress. Go get dressed. Go get dressed.
Welcome to the third Toys for Joy. This is my good friend Vice Mayor Lee. I just took him off the naughty list because he did all this good stuff. Come to Toys for Joy.
Get away from me.
I just took him off the naughty list, and that's how I got rewarded.
You make me sick.
That's my job.
Hey everyone, it's Councilmember Enriquez. We're here for Toys for Joy. It's my second one, but it's a great event. We're gonna have so many gifts for our kids, free haircuts, voter engagement, just a great all-around family event.
Hello! Happy holidays!
She made it!
We need bodyguards.
No, yeah, from this guy.
You got bodyguards. That's my boyfriend.
That was my boyfriend first.
Nah, my boyfriend, your boyfriend too.
Shout out to Jason Lee and Tyler Perry for showing up in South Stockton to do this for the families that's in need. We thank y'all.
Happy holidays!
We'd like to say thank you to Jason Lee and Tyler Perry and everybody that donated to Stockton. We truly appreciate it. It's a blessing. And with all the things that's been going on, man, this is going to bring us back together. So much love.
Oh, hi, Jason! Hey, Jason! Hey. Here she goes! I'm ready! Yeah, she's ready! You know, it's crazy. I can walk with you. Yeah, you walk. My phone is down there. Oh, really? Well, walk with me. Walk with me. Yes. Oh, my mama need to be on TV.
Playing. Stop acting like stop acting up.
Stop playing with me. Hey!
Merry Christmas. Y'all are funny. We opening the door.
Let me have one.
Take one.
Where you find some kids at? Third annual Toys for Joy. Tiffany Haddish is here as Miss Claus. Obviously, she found somebody's children.
I didn't find these children. They came to me.
This is
a sign, Jason.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about. This is an event that we created 3 years ago to help give back to my district, my city. And now that I'm the vice mayor, I have a lot of people outside of my district who want to come, so we've opened it up for everybody.
How many people we are expecting today?
I don't know. The line is a little long.
A little long. It's around the whole school. The end is touching the beginning.
But the reason why we're doing this for kids, Tiffany and I are both former foster children. We both have made it in life to a certain level of success, and we want to continue to inspire young people to pursue their dreams. And you know, right now we have trying times, not just in our city, but in the country. And you know, this is love you too. This is an opportunity for us to give back. And I want to shout out Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry.
Yeah, Tyler helped out a lot.
Tyler did a lot. So yeah, this is a great day. Okay, we're gonna give these kids back now. Okay.
Jason!
Give the kids back.
Hi! Oh, it's going down. Woo! Yeah! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday! Yeah, I'm 45 again. Thank you. I love you so much.
Santa Claus is in the hood today.
Yeah.
You don't like it? That would be your man. Being a good girl? You got good choice? Okay, kiss you straight here. Be a good girl, okay? Bye-bye. Go in there and get the good toy.
How's it going?
I gotta get up from here now, so you better hurry. I'm letting everybody know right now, I'm giving the first PlayStation away, so they gotta be here to get the station, so let everybody know. 603-0180. Do you? Where? Stop lying. Stop lying, let me see. I need to see. She playing. Don't try to draw the numbers on either, because I'm gonna be looking. Okay, 603. Let me see where the ticket at. Let me see the ticket. Let me see. Hold on. Don't get too excited yet. Hold on. 603-0180. Okay, congratulations.
It's raining out. It is
in front of the fire chief.
It's a storm drain.
Yeah, but
it's raining.
It's not a cigarette drain.
It's raining.
See, the problem is
the shit gonna go out.
The problem is he think this is Wildin' Out or Loving Hip Hop or Hollywood Unlocked. I'm actually an official in this city right now.
Why are you hiding back here then?
We ain't playing. You're gonna go out there and talk to the people?
I just was out there talking to people.
Did you?
I took pictures with mad people. I'm out here doing God's work.
Don't incorporate your security into your lives.
I met.
Did you see the line? It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I like the way that you put this on. It's pretty dope.
It's Merry Christmas out here, bro. We do this thing for the country.
603-0673. At this point, I'm about to just throw this shit. Whoever catches it.
No.
See, he wants too much structure. It's like, why are we doing structure?
If he throws this thing out for free, he's gonna buy 10 more so I can give away 10 more. How about that? Stop starting problems. We don't need any unrest. Everybody relax. Thank you. 603-0476. That's okay. This is how y'all lose the lottery. Buy tickets and don't check it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to throw the PlayStation at this point.
Y'all ready? Yo, you gonna have the vice mayor act out of character in public.
Shooting any movies right now?
No, I'm not shooting any movies right now, but I'm preparing. One of my goals is to be a Sports Illustrated model before 50, and it's one of my goals. So I'm hungry every day. Yeah, attitude's bad. But we got Girls Trip 2 coming in June. We're gonna start shooting that. Got 2 other movies I'm shooting.
You're not hosting the award show.
We don't know what time in June
I
yet.
had a meeting about that. They were like, I have you on the board. They're like, Tiffany, because we were gonna have Regina Hall and you.
Yeah.
And then he was like, they're both unavailable.
Maybe, because we don't know what day exactly.
Well, it won't be the same without you.
And I think we should move the date if we can't do it without me.
It's June 5th. It don't matter. You're all of June is gone, but I'm going to France.
But if it's June 5th, right? We might not be shooting till June 15th. We might not be shooting till June 20th.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You hear June.
Michael Blauer's coming to the award show.
You hear June and you just, you cancel the whole month. Where they do that at?
Your people told my people that you were not available.
My people.
By the way, I do need to go to you with this party tonight because we're honoring her. We want to honor her too.
That's why you need to show up.
We need Jane and we need Jimmy.
Got you. Okay.
You're responsible. Jay's J-Lo, Jimmy, Jane Fonda.
Okay, Jane Fonda, I got you. Jimmy Kimmel has not responded to me. I think I have to tell him something's wrong with me for him to respond to me. He usually responds immediately, but
he's on fire. I mean, he has a lot going on right now.
a lot.
Can I have them glasses? Because you don't need those. You rich. Go buy another one. You don't need those. I went to his house. Did you see his house? Like, I did a cribs at his house. I did Yo Hollywood Unlocked TV cribs. I did. He gonna put a picture of us in the house. It's a ceramic tile thing right at the door, me and you.
Wait.
We should. He got one of Chris, he got one of Eminem, and he got one of Will Smith, but he don't got one of us right at the door.
But we do got that one track together. We got that track together. Andy, how are you, darling? It's me, Tiffany.
Hi.
Jason just called you to show off that he could call you.
Is that right?
Excuse me.
This is my baby.
Excuse me.
Jason don't want to claim it.
Excuse me.
You have nothing for him to hold on to.
Hello?
We got no.
Here.
No.
Yes.
I don't want
He
that.
don't want that.
You don't want that.
I just want to thank every single person that came out this year, last year, the year before. We're making people realize that you have to stop telling the South Side they can't have nothing nice, because I've showed you time and time again we can. But not only can we have something nice, but we deserve something nice. So I appreciate everybody coming out. Merry Christmas, y'all, and I hope to see y'all soon. Yo, what up, Khaled? I came all the way to Miami for Art Basel, but I wasn't gonna do Basel without coming by and saying hello. You better put some respect on my worthiest name. That's what life is about. Hello, hello, hello. This is real Cuban food, real.
The Jason Lee Podcast.